alert is the very natural state which we have forgotten. And when you say that I will become comfortable, then there is a problem. We never become comfortable because the mind always makes an effort. In the effort, there is always an unease. And that is why I say being comfortable is a way to rise in awareness. And how it's so simple to do, I sometimes wonder why we do not do such a simple thing. You look at the neck joint, so you are looking mentally. So, looking mentally means you have a thought image and you have a feeling and you have an awareness. And that awareness takes you to feeling an experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. But there is another chance because if the mind is not aware and alert, it will fall into sleep. So we have to guard ourselves. Moving the mind on the shoulder joints, being there, feeling sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Mind is looking at the knee joints. So what happens when you are mentally looking the knee joints, the body doesn't move. So if the body moves, you just become aware. And feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Now, if I say, look at your entire body, so it is basically a thought image. The way I'm looking at your body, if you look at your body the same way, if you have that insight, if you have that awareness, the way I'm looking at your body, same way you are also looking at your body. And that is a great experience in this step where we experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. I'm not giving any breathing practice today because you told me you have some cold and so we can get rid of that. So now another step is being carefree. What is that step of being carefree? Just by the name. First, understand clearly being carefree. So, when I say being comfortable, you're not doing anything. Being carefree, you're not doing anything. That understanding should be clear in our mind. Same way, being carefree. So, you should be very clear that we are not doing anything. Very good. So, what it is? You are standing across a road and doing nothing, but your eyes are open. So you keep watching the traffic, and you see the lot of vehicles are coming and going in both the lanes. The same way, we are doing nothing. We are just aware the mental traffic. So we have a mental highway where the thoughts are coming, going, staying. So as we standing across the road, we do nothing with the traffic. You do not enter into the traffic. Same way, you do not enter into the mental traffic. You're just watching at a distance. What a great relief we get. Why we get a relief? Because we recognize these thoughts, feeling, emotions, sensations are separate and different from me. So how to know that I'm not separate from it? So you just told me that you are having cold in the cup, and if the mind goes back to the nostrils and it feels that I'm having the problem, it means you have entered into the trap. That is the quality of the mind. It comes by training the untrained mind. So I've been explaining you being comfortable and being carefree in many different ways. And if you are practicing every day, it is going to change your attitude, behavior, anxiety. So now let us move to the next step. So we deepen the step. Deepen the step means we rise into further awareness. We don't fall. So now you look at the head in the neck. Can I say that your mind is touching the skin of the head in the neck? It is again a thought image, because we are not looking through our sense organ. It is a thought image that triggers the mind to move inward. Result: sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind looking at the right arm as if you are touching the skin of the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips, as if the mind is moving on the skin. So you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Moving the mind on the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. So again, you're not doing anything. See that? The moment your mind is free from the doership, what is going to happen? The inner calmness and the peace will reveal itself. That is the understanding. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the left arm. Mind moving on the entire rib cage, in the front and the back. You are aware and alert, not falling into sleep, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind moving on the belly. It is a thought image, because I don't see through my eyes, or so you have to be very clear. So it's a subtler level, not the physical. So when it is a subtler, you naturally rise in awareness. to experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. There may be a natural movement of the belly, but as such, you are not doing anything. Doer is not there. Mind moves in the right leg from the right side of the waist to the toes. Being there. Again, I use the word being there. I'm not saying becoming. Becoming means you have to do something. So being there and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind is aware of the left leg from the left side of the waist to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Awareness of the entire body. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So, in that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body, in a state of being comfortable and carefree, look at the breath. Looking is not doing anything, you're just looking mentally. Looking mentally means you are aware of the breath. Aware of the breath means you experience the breath is going in and out. Aware of the breath also means that you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Now, when the breath goes in, you feel the sensation mentally without moving the tongue. Count in one. When the breath comes out, you feel the sensation, count out one. Just drop into, out two, in three, out three. Go on counting the breath until I say you to stop. But remember, the thought will enter into your mind, it will disrupt the counting. Sometimes you forget the counting. And when you forget the counting, then restart again from one. So it will help you to recognize the untrained nature of the mind that gets dictated by the past impressions, which triggers into behavior and attitude, resulting into anxiety and upset. That is what we discussed in the very beginning. In the state of being comfortable and carefree, you're counting the breath. That is all. It happens. We may make a mistake. Why we forget the counting, but no issue. The moment we forget the counting, we return again to the counting. Why? We want to train the mind. No, do nothing. Do nothing means actually you are in a state of doing nothing. But there is a happening. Even if you do nothing, you continue to experience some sensation, some thought, some fear, or let it be. You remain in a state of doing nothing. What happens? It helps you to raise your level of self awareness, which will ultimately help you not to get upset and anxious at times. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This mantra means let there be peace, peace, and peace. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, and open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Feel calm and relaxed. So, our topic today is the lasting happiness, love, and the wisdom in our daily life. That is what we seek. But the moment we complain, you don't love me, then there is a problem. That is a crazy mind. Why? That love and peace lies within me. Our essential nature is peace and happiness. I will be repeating this again and again until it is settled into your mind. You know, we talk of American dream. Huh? You heard of the American dream. People come from outside. American dream, or even the people living here, promises citizens the freedom to seek happiness. No doubt. It's a good idea and a good thought. And despite material success, there is no happiness. We Americans waste that much of food which can feed the hunger in South Africa. We waste too much. So we have in abundance what is outside. Everyone, most of us, whether it is an Elon Musk or you and me, anyone can earn and can have that kind of the happiness, but still we are not happy. So we should make it clear that the happiness, peace, love, and wisdom are not located outside. They are located inside us. And that inside us means that I should have a self-knowledge. I should know about who am I. I have to listen to it again and again. If you don't listen to it, it will not work. If you don't do the practice regularly, it will not work. So then the lasting happiness, when we intellectually understand that it is within all of us. So I should find out some time to see and look within myself. No, I have a lot of stress. I don't have a time to look inside. That is the craziness. When many people say to me, I don't have enough time to look within myself. That is why you are crazy. That because of your laziness, because of your anxiety, you feel, you find, you see that lasting happiness lies outside. So our master says that we need to think. After listening, I need to think and contemplate what is called the reflection. I should find out what is the purpose and the goal of my life. Goal of my life to have $1 billion, yes, have it. But find out while pursuing that goal, do you have a stress? So we have to change that attitude. And that attitude can be changed by learning the principles of Eastern wisdom, by understanding the inner space. We know too much of the outer space. How much we know? This guy is crazy, that guy is good, I love this guy, I hate this guy. This is what we know in the external world. Are you listening and listening? So the moment we have these thoughts, I have to hold back. I have to become aware. Before I express, I just dissolve these thoughts. So that would be the first step in any situation, in every relationship. Why? Because blaming, complaining, and reacting to any situation, any person outside is not going to give me that lasting peace and happiness. You have tried many a times. You get more frustrated. If I become agitated or angry over you, what benefit it gives me? There is no benefit. So I have to remind myself again and again, even if you get angry over a several. Then what to do? That is where you need to think. What is the right way to talk, to communicate to Isabella or to any person in the state of the calmness so that I attract others by calmness? Can also attract by being angry, lazy, reacting. No, my nature is like that. No, no one's nature is like that. Anyone can change their nature. No, I had many people say that I had a very serious trauma in my past. You can change it. You can still change it. No, I've been suffering from depression for the last. No, still you can change it by learning the Eastern wisdom. So the first step, it comes out that we need to purify the mind. Impurity in the mind causes anxiety, becoming upset, reaction. It is the impurity of the mind. We say it is the impurity of the mind. The way we purify a lot of stuff in our body, cleans our body, we can also purify the mind. So it is the Eastern wisdom which tells that we can purify the mind. Any sense of attachment, any sense of dependence, any sense of expectations, they all come from the impurity of the mind. One day, when you wake up in the morning, even just after the session, you keep on thinking, I will not expect anything from anyone, from any situation. Go to the kitchen, I don't expect. Do your work. I don't expect anything from Isabel. I don't expect anything from her. I don't expect. You keep on repeating so that you live into that awareness, and you will see within an hour you will feel relaxed completely. That sense of dependence and expectation changes the body fatigue level. And then the fatigue goes up. Then we have not only the anxiety in the body, but also in the mind. By chance we met. So because we met, so you have to change. By chance we met, Who knows, So it is first thing listening and learning, and after you repeat listening, and then you sit down on a lazy chair like you already have such a beautiful couch, and just with eyes closed, and you start contemplating and reflecting what is the principle, how to think about it. Let me repeat these principles in my head. When you're repeating these principles in your head, will start developing an understanding. A sense of insight will develop. So this journey is known as self-inquiry. When we don't know anything, when we don't know our real nature, I have to inquire. You also inquire. You go to the store in the malls, and what is this? How it works? So that is the inquiry of others. So here it is the inquiry of the self. I am into anxiety. Let me understand that. Why I have this anxiety. Now Isabella is not doing is, she is making me crazy. Oh really? Is she making crazy, or she's such a small, beautiful girl who is just playing and enjoying her life, and we think that she's making me crazy. So if I don't think, if I don't contemplate, I don't put my mind to the task, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen, my friend. So the first thing is repeat listening and learning every time, every week. I touch a different topic in a different ways, giving you the different expression. One day I know that these thoughts and these knowledge will definitely be absorbed by your mind, and it begins the change. That is the meaning, the company of the people, company of the teacher. So if you are committed, living with the company of a teacher, gradually what happens? The mind begins entering into the state of non-attachment. But just by understanding, practice will bring the deeper result. Otherwise, what happens? We have been living and being upset every day, every hour, couple of times, and we pulling our life. One day frustrated, another day excited with lot of pleasure, third day again frustrated. We are living into that state days after days, weeks after weeks, months after months, and years after years, and ultimately we go to the permanent place where nobody returns. Cremation ground. We don't have a time that how many years we lived, we have all the luxuries and the pleasures of the world, and still suffering. Choice is yours. There is no proxy available. I can't do for you, Isabella cannot do for you, you have to do it for yourself. You are hungry, proxy is not available. Isabella cannot eat for you. You have to eat for yourself. Same way, this journey of the self-discovery has to be done by oneself. So there is a series of changes that takes place when you're listening and learning and applying these principles in your daily life. Non-attachment brings a sense of discernment. Discernment results into steadiness of the mind, and steadiness of the mind ultimately now you are working on the mind, instead the mind is working on you. Do you see the difference between the mind is working on me? So because of the past impression, I have the impressions of anxiety, duality, conflict. It will repeat itself. That is the meaning, the mind is working on me. I am working on the mind. The moment I feel the sensation of the anxiety and I say, calm down. No more. Hold it back. There is no benefit. And it dissolves. So that is the meaning. That association means attending the session regularly, that is one thing. And second thing, that you are repeat listening. Once I conclude the session, that practice, that audio file is yours. I have nothing to do with it. No, but I'm not using this audio file. I'm so busy. You are busy because of you keep on your habitual routine. You don't want to break it. Mind is working on you. You're not working on the mind. When you work on the mind, you say, I will come what may, I will do this before I do anything. Because all the other activities put me into the sense of attachment, into the anxiety. Only this time helps me to relax. If I don't realize this, nothing is going to happen. So, my friend, you have to realize it. Realize it. You have to understand it. It should go into the head, it should settle into the head. And that is why what we say, the company of the wise. I'm not as wise as you think, but this is the company of the wise. Because ultimately, gradually, it will break the chain of attachment, clinging. Clinging will reduce. The deluded mind will grow clear. With that clarity of the mind, we find the life starts changing. In the beginning, we need to do it. If I don't do it, it will not work. Do I want peace and happiness lasting? Yes, I want. So, for what I have to do for wanting that peace and happiness, so I have to understand and practice. How many hours every day I put to myself for the self inquiry? I don't have time, I'm fully busy. That is the craziness. The mind is working on you. Mind does not want you to follow the path. So in the beginning, I have to say, yes, I will devote definitely 1 hour. And after that, after devoting 1 hour, I will refresh these principles and then I will apply in daily life. Today, I will not be upset over Isabella, come what may, and I will see that I will find out in what way, without getting upset, I talk to her. This is contemplation and reflection. I'm telling you an example. Isabella didn't tell me anything. Look at the point. Seeking the company means that you are already attending a session weekly. Then seeking the company also means you are repeating it every day. When you are repeating every day, then you get a chance to apply this in daily life, in a life situation. So, first time you know the power of detachment. And if you keep on applying, you find there is a part that I can get out of the delusion easily. If the attachment grows, the delusion also grows. Only in the state of delusion I get upset. Do you put an agenda that I will be upset tomorrow at 10 a.m.? It happens due to the delusion. We don't plan to be upset, it triggers instantly. So that trigger comes from the impurity of the mind because of the strong likes and dislikes, because of seeking happiness outside. So antidote of this is non-attachment. Non-attachment comes by listening and learning till the mind has clarity and understanding. And that understanding breaks the cycle of getting upset over the same thing again and again and again and again. That changes my perception. A tranquil mind is able to grasp the teaching clearly. And the tranquil mind will only come when you repeat these practices again and again.